Hi my beautiful Capricorn, this is Amanda from By Luna's Light. Welcome to my channel. We are just past the new moon energy now, so I figured I'd start your weekly reading off. This will be a general read again. I'm going to stick with the general readings for now, but if you would like me to test out like a career reading or a love specific reading, just comment in the box below and I can start incorporating those when I get more interest. For now, I am still new, so I am testing out new angles, new lighting, audio, all that kind of stuff, so bear with me. And if you have any pointers, let me know. I'm always open to constructive criticism. Now, this reading is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If it doesn't completely resonate with you, you can always check your other placements and check out the videos for those placements. Now, this will be a collective reading as well, so it may not resonate with every Capricorn, but just take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I still am not able to get a proper angle where you guys can see my card spread, so I'm just kind of doing what I can right now. So I will be holding up the cards, and I will be clarifying the cards. Let's jump into your reading. Okay. So I'm going to call in all spirit guides and ancestors. Please, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, come forth and help bring some clarity to my Capricorns. What do they need to know for the week of December 14th to the 21st, I believe it is. Okay. Now, as always, if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And you can also check out my page on Facebook at By Luna's Light. Okay, Capricorn. The cards are already speaking. One more card, please. Okay. Okay, now I'll also be adding some romance angel cards just to get some more insight on your love life, to make this more of a well-rounded, balanced reading. Angels, can you please guide my lovely Capricorn and let us know what they need to know for the week of December 14th to the 21st in regards to their love life. Okay. Okay. So you're getting 4 and 4 today. The cards have a lot to tell you. And I will be using the Easy Tarot to clarify the cards that are here. Okay. All right, let's get into your reading. So the first card we have is Insight. You can see that is number 13 right there. And look how beautiful that card is. This person is very much in like complete alignment, very divinely guided. Now this could really speak to, you know, you've done the internal work. You're doing that internal work right now. You're taking that time out to really tap back into your guides, to tap back into yourself. Now you can see when you do that, there's a lot of healing. Oops, sorry, there's a glare. There's a lot of healing involved. And I feel like when you're really tapping into that energy and working on all those blocks within you, you're starting to heal yourself on both a physical level and a spiritual level, and an emotional level, of course. A lot of emotions tend to get stuck within your body and manifest into physical ailments. But if we're not processing them, that's what can happen. But it really feels like you guys are taking that time out right now to just do the work, which is great. I have a lot of people and a lot of signs that tend to kind of ignore the signs that they need to do this. So I am glad that you guys appear to be listening to yourselves. Okay. 3 more cards, please. What do we need to clarify about insight? 1 more card. Okay. Okay. So the first card you have here is the Page of Swords. Now, swords are all about communication, intellectual stimulation, new ideas, really connecting on that mind level with someone, or perhaps just sharpening your own skills that way. Perhaps you're taking some time out to do some learning right now, some more schooling, anything to sharpen the mind. This also means mental clarity. So you're seeing a situation for what it is. And that's the first step. I'm very proud of you for doing that, because a lot of us tend to kind of stick our heads in the ground sometimes like an ostrich and pretend like we don't know what's going on. That way we don't have to deal with it. I feel like you might have done this in the past, but now you're really at this place where, okay, you can see things for what they are and you're ready. This is a page, so it's a beginning of something. Now, what they're showing me is that you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. You could be dealing with a water sign right now, or this could be an aspect of you. This could be that your emotions are kind of all over the place. You're really feeling disconnected emotionally, so you're kind of shutting people out maybe sometimes, which is, you know, if your cup is not full, you can't give. So it's good to take that time out so that, you know, miscommunication doesn't happen, or hurting people because you just really don't have those reserves to tap into. So taking that time to really dive into yourself, as you are already doing, is the perfect remedy right now. And it seems to me like you're kind of resistant, but you are gaining to a whole new perspective. You are in reverse right now with the Hangman. Hangman upright is seeing things from a different angle. I feel like you're kind of bucking that right now, just because it could be in regards to another person, maybe at work, or perhaps it's like your romantic partner that's coming forward. And right now you just can't really see eye to eye with them, because again, you are kind of inside yourself right now. You're doing that internal work, and when you need that work done, you can't put yourself in the other person's shoes. It's just not possible at that moment. You're taking the time out, and you have to be selfish. Unfortunately, right now, that is how it is. You have to be selfish with your time, your energy, and your healing. So right now, you're kind of cut off from that perspective, but I do feel like it will come back. Like you will be able to eventually return to seeing like two sides to a story, two sides to a sword. They're showing me the wish fulfillment card. So this is a beautiful card. This is everything that you have been wanting to manifest into your life. There's a possibility for this to happen right now, because you're doing that work. You are now energizing yourself, and you're turning yourself into, like, let's just say like a master clear quartz. You're manifesting like crazy. You're bringing in all that energy and you're amplifying it, because now that you've done the work, now that you're up to par, you're just like this beam of light and energy that can kind of go back out into the world. And it shows that, you know, here's that new chapter. There is a new journey that you've started, a new passionate one. Perhaps you're really diving into your creative side, something that really drives that passion behind you. It could be new creative projects. It could be a new relationship. Either way, there is a choice to be made coming up. There is a fork in the road. There's 2 wands to choose from. You're kind of at a pause right now because you're not quite sure which way you want to go, which is probably for the best. it's good to weigh your options. It's good to see which one's really calling to you. There's no right or wrong answer. I will say this right now. There is no right or wrong answer, because there are lessons down each road. And either way, Spirit's going to guide you to where you need to go. So trust that internal work. Trust that connection that you're rebuilding with Spirit. And you're going to move forward beautifully. And here is your Knight of Swords. So now you are kind of at that place where you can recommunicate again, where you can this is a fast moving energy. There's your clarity too. So you not only have clarity, you have communication once again, and you're really in that energy now where you can put yourself into another's perspective, because you have those two sides to the sword again. You can really hone in on your other person's energy and kind of do some more external work now. You did the internal, now you can go out. Your next card is Awakening. Yes, this is messy sometimes. I will say it's a beautiful idea. Everyone kind of sugarcoats it sometimes, but it can get a little messy. And that's because Awakening is meant to challenge you. It's meant to challenge the paradigms that you've kind of outgrown, so that you can, it's kind of like the tower moment, right? So you need to break down kind of the restrictions, that restricting tower, that you've built in the past, because that's no longer serving you for your highest good anymore. There might be cracks starting in those foundations. There might be something that, you're really questioning, and it's just not working anymore. So now you're kind of falling apart a little so that you can rebuild. Now, all of that is part of Awakening, the messy parts and the great parts. So you kind of have to take it as a whole. But there's great reward after, for sure. Okay. 2 more cards, please. 1 more card. Whoa. That one is flying. Excuse me. Okay. So as for your Awakening, well, you have tons of abundance coming your way. This is the 10 of Pentacles. As you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory. You are, like I said, manifesting wonderful things into your life. You have everything that you need, all the stability, all of the finances that you can possibly use to move forward. This could also speak of a very collected and secure family life. But either way, you're feeling supported in everything that you're doing right now. Doesn't mean that there's no trials or anything, but you're moving forward through those trials with a support network behind you. And that's not only family and friends, that's also Spirit. That's also your confidence is back. Now you have the 7 of Cups in reverse. 7 of Cups in the upright speaks of a lot of choices in life, a lot of decisions to make. In the reverse, you've chosen. You've made that choice. You have decided what you're going to do. And I feel like you really got that decision. You got the clarity you needed when you were doing the internal work. The Hermit is now in the reverse. So most of the time that means someone who's not willing to tap in and do the work. But I feel like this is more so speaking to you guys, saying that you no longer need this time. You've overdone your time apart. You've overdone your time on your own and internal work. Excuse me. Someone needs to speak their truth. Maybe it's me, maybe it's someone else out there. Either way, I really feel like Capricorns especially, that you guys can kind of overdo it in the self-care mode as well. You guys kind of go above and beyond in all aspects of life. You're very work-driven, very hard workers, and very frugal. So I feel like when you do something to its max potential. So when you're diving in and doing all this internal work, sometimes it can be a distraction from other aspects of your life. So if you're doing it too much, you're all of a sudden like putting the rest of the aspects in your life into an imbalance. You get what I mean here? Like you're focusing too much on being alone, so now you're not having that social aspect in your life. You're now pushing people away instead of temporarily hibernating. You're now saying, no, I don't know how to be around people anymore. That's not the way Spirit wants you to go with this. They applaud your efforts and your sincerity in diving into yourself and putting in all that effort. But, there's too much of a good thing too. So know when you need to pull yourself out of that mode as well, because you don't want to get stuck in that either. Now, the Five of Swords shows some sort of conflict coming up. Perhaps this is, well, let's read the other cards. It looks like someone was very defensive in the past. This could be the need for reciprocity. This could be in terms of a relationship, perhaps a roommate situation, friendship, any relationship where you're fighting over someone was not being completely honest. Maybe someone felt like they were backed into a corner, or maybe it was you. Maybe you felt attacked by other people or a person, and really misunderstood in your actions. Maybe someone's not pulling enough of their own weight in this situation. But either way, reciprocity is coming in. The Six of Pentacles really speaks of give and take. You're now receiving the effort that you are putting in, which is wonderful. And I think coming out of that time apart and time alone has really brought some clarity to the fact that you need this in your life. You need reciprocity. As do most people to a degree. Some people are very independent, and so they prefer to do things alone. But when you are in a partnership or in a friendship or a roommate situation or work, you do rely on other people sometimes for things, which is not a weakness. Like that is, you're working with people to learn and to grow, and you need that reciprocity. Otherwise, imbalances occur and resentments begin. But I really feel like you've turned this around, and communication is now key to that. Now you have two cards here together. Inward revolution, and nothing has gone wrong. So this inward revolution could be really when you did that work, or perhaps right now, there's just something not feeling quite right internally. Inward revolution for me really speaks to you're challenging a lot of new ideas. You're coming forward with your voice. You're really analyzing where you want to stand right now in regards to like current events. I feel like for most of you, it is like it's finding that voice towards current events right now. That could be anything from, unfortunately, the pandemic. It could be, like Black Lives Matter, or LGBTQ plus rights, or even like women's rights, anything in that kind of regard. I really feel like you're internalizing that a bit. And because you're internalizing it, you are now starting to fester inside a little. You're gaining this revolution within you that's really building momentum, so that you can kind of bring forth that energy into the world and make some amazing changes. And it could just start with raising your voice. Now, nothing has gone wrong. It shows that, you're not wrong in what's going on inside of you. Sometimes when you start feeling that, you really start to question, where your heart is at anymore, or the people who are surrounding you. Maybe you're at conflict with them because all of a sudden this passion has built up inside of you and you're not seeing eye to eye with them anymore. That happens because you're now growing, you're evolving, you're changing, you are becoming a new version of yourself. But that doesn't mean that anything has gone wrong. That doesn't mean that, you know, you're the black sheep now or something, like, because you're going against the status quo. That's what I feel like Spirit's saying here, but we will dive into, we'll get more clarity with the cards for sure. Okay. Holy. Okay. So here it shows the Six of Wands, and you can see it's kind of like a parade after a battle. Like you're moving forward and you're victorious. You are standing in your truth. You are moving forward with passion, and whatever this pertains to, these two cards here, whatever resonates for you, you're victorious in your endeavors and how you're going about this. It shows that you've taken control of the situation. This is the Chariot upright. Now you could be dealing with a water sign as well. This is the Cancerian card, but it really shows that you are moving forward at a fast pace and you are now in control of this situation. Now they're showing me the Lover's card. So it could be that you also have an internal revolution going on in regards to your love life. Maybe something was very out of balance and you needed to really find that courage deep within you to voice your concerns about the relationship and your stance and your where you are at. Perhaps it was that reciprocity before that wasn't there. Perhaps that's what they're saying, is that you need to stand up in your truth so that you can move forward with this person. They're showing me that you're moving forward with this person, but you're victorious in communicating just what was not working for you. And it does say nothing has gone wrong. Like there's nothing truly like groundbreaking here, or, you know, there's not a huge storm here anymore. It's very victorious in how this is going about. And it could be because there was perhaps secrets or lies or something hidden from you. Perhaps they were really withholding information sometimes. And some people do that to lighten your own load, or to avoid the repercussions that they might have to deal with. But either way, something came forward, and it looks like there might have been a third-party situation. This could be a third-party situation in the past where maybe they were dealing with another person. Now, it does feel like, because you have the Eight of Pentacles here, it does feel like you both are working towards letting this third party or whatever situation go. It does look like that is in the process. So I will say, like, now that you're aware of that situation, you're coming out victorious. You are both processing that situation and letting it go. You are working hard towards mastering your relationship. You're putting in all these pentacles. This is the card of self-mastery. So perhaps you are really putting in the effort. But remember, it does have to be reciprocated. It does have to be a two-person effort here, because you cannot move forward with someone after finding all this information out, especially if it was a third-party situation, if they're not willing to put in that effort. I mean, you've done all this internal work for a reason, because I feel like maybe that was why. I mean, among other things, there are a lot of things out there, but that very well could be it. You were hurt in the past because it might not have felt like they were fully in it with you. And that might not have been the case, but it could have came across that way. And instead of feeling defeated, you went inward, which is the best way to deal with it. The best way. Anyway, so that is the major reading, but here is your romance angel card. So it says calling in your soulmate. So I really feel like this person is a major influence in your life. This is both soulmate energy here. This is twin flame energy and soulmate energy. So there's a significant relationship in your life. And it says, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you two together. So doing all of this work is really just benefiting your love life in the end, benefiting how you move forward with this person. Now, the next card is saying to express your love, perhaps because of this third-party situation or something similar to that, maybe something they did, you've really shut yourself out, so you're not expressing your love like you would have. Your walls have kind of gone up a bit. And I mean, you know, walls go up for a reason. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame you on that regard. But there's a time and a place when the walls need to come down. So if you're going to commit to this person and move forward, and this can be a constant, ongoing process, because let's face it, you know, people screw up and we screw up, right? So it might be that you have to constantly be aware of when you're putting your walls up and start to consciously bring them back down when you feel it's safe to do so. That takes a lot of mental effort. I get it. But it's better than the alternative of just shutting people out for the long term, because you're not going to learn anything that way. They're not going to learn anything that way. And you're never going to be happy at your fullest potential. You're not going to be learning anymore. Now it says, let your friends help you. There's that support system behind you. Ask for help, or ask for and accept support from others. It is not a weakness to ask for help. It is not a weakness to need someone to give their energy to you when your cup is empty. This is why we lean on people. This is why we have each other's backs. I really feel like friends are what get you through this, because otherwise you can spiral. I really feel like a spiral coming on. Not now, but if this isn't addressed, if you didn't do that internal work and take that time out for yourself, you very well could have spiraled. And this is what prevented you from doing that. Plus all the internal work that you're doing, all that beautiful light that you are shedding, or drawing into you, sorry, not shedding, and shedding of all the things that you no longer need. And then last but not least, make the effort. So the reciprocity goes both ways. So, you know, they could be pouring all of their time and attention into you, and if you're not feeling it, well, it's not being reciprocated, and that's not fair to them either. So when you're feeling like you can't reciprocate, maybe just communicate that and say, you know, communicate why that is. It's imperative that they know why, so that they don't start filling in the blanks for you. We all do that. We try not to, but we all do that in some way. And 9 times out of 10, we are always wrong on why people are doing the things that they're doing. So never assume, just try and make that effort. And it goes both ways, like I said. So if they're not making that effort, take the time out to talk to them about why it's not coming forward. Okay, thank you, Capricorn. That is all I have for you today. Stay tuned. Next week I will be doing the readings for the full moon that will be coming up. Yeah, and if this really resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks.